All hell is breaking loose as Ukraine's President Zelensky just attacked Moscow with over 620 drones. Among the targets, another Wildberries logistic facility in the Moscow region. Other areas were hit as well. We're getting the footage right now. Let me show you what it looked like in Moscow during these Ukrainian attacks. Let's play this clip. More from the Ukrainian attacks. It seems that there was about 627 drones that hit targets in and around Moscow. We can show you the chaotic scenes from the city that are coming in right now. Let's play this clip. And yes, the skies of Moscow were absolutely lit up throughout the night. All four of the city's major airports were shut down as well as these Ukrainian drones pour in, as Mario Naufel puts it. Explosions echoing across neighborhoods while Russian air defenses scramble to shoot them down, sometimes sending debris straight into residential areas. Watch for yourself.
Да, антитеррор сбил и упал на. Сейчас рыбу. Бам.
More footage coming in of these FP drones, these Firepoint drones, maneuvering through Moscow airspace. You can see for yourself right here. You can see the view from Moscow earlier today as one of its main Wildberry logistics hubs in Kaledino towered over the city. I mean, take a look at that right there. Just to remind you again, the Wildberries in Russia, that's like their Amazon. And Ukraine says that the Wildberries are used for logistics by Russia's military in its attacks of Ukraine. We can show you over here a view of what remains of this massive Wildberries logistic facility in Moscow. Here, play this clip.
По молодости искал на свою жопу приключения, все. В 99-м сходил командировочку так.
You can see a massive fire right here that engulfed that logistics hub. Play this clip. And large-scale internet outages exist in Russia, with most services having stopped working completely. There were blackouts in part of Moscow. We can show you what that looked like as well. Let's play this clip. Meanwhile, in Russia, as Max26 puts it, logistic companies have begun urgently removing Wildberries branding from their vehicles. Here, play this clip right here.
Не знаю, как для вас, но лично для меня больно смотреть на такое.
We also have some additional news coming in as well. Russia is now threatening the United Kingdom. Yep, Russia's threatening Great Britain with dire consequences over reports that the Ukrainian military used British drones as part of these strikes and other strikes targeting Russian territories. Coming out right now from Sergei Lavrov in an interview that he just gave, he said, Russia has the right to regard Britain's direct involvement in strikes against Russia as participation in the war, with all ensuing consequences, which many interpret as saying that Russia reserves the right to attack the UK right now. The embassy accused Britain of complicity in Ukraine strikes of targets deep inside Russia, in Moscow and elsewhere. The Russian embassy added that the greater the UK's participation in the war and support for Ukraine, the higher price London will have to pay. So now we're getting word what the new UK Prime Minister Andy Burnham had to say in response to that. Here's what Prime Minister Burnham had to say. Let's play it.
On foreign affairs, UK-made drones have been used by Ukraine inside Russia. Russia now accusing the United Kingdom of escalating the war and warning that London's actions will inevitably carry consequences. What is your message to President Putin in response?
This is the UK doing what it has long said it would do, which is to support Ukraine 100% against this illegal war led by Vladimir Putin. We are providing support so that Ukraine can defend itself, and that's been the British position all the way through this conflict by previous prime ministers. It remains the case with me. We are not fair weather friends. We will be there in Ukraine's hour of need, and that won't change.
WLP1 from the Absorption Company is designed to support satiety, thermogenesis, and metabolic health, while also helping to reduce the absorption of fats and carbs. It's a science-backed approach for people looking to support their goals without going to the extremes. See, a supplement can only work at the level your body absorbs it. We spend so much time talking about ingredients, dosages, and wellness trends, but absorption is the factor that determines whether any supplement can actually deliver results. The Absorption Company is bringing a science-first approach to the supplement industry with advanced delivery technologies designed to increase bioavailability at a pharmaceutical grade level. The Absorption Company is singularly focused on solving the biggest problem in supplements: low absorption. Most supplements absorb at less than 16%, meaning over 84% of the supplements we take are completely wasted. 77% of Americans take supplements daily, and we spend about $60 billion per year on supplements. Yet, over 95% of us are still nutrient deficient. The supplements we're taking every day do not absorb well enough to work. The Absorption Company uses cutting-edge technologies to make supplements with pharmaceutical-grade absorption up to 149 times better than standard supplements. Absorption is one of the things that affects all others. No matter how powerful vitamin D, magnesium, CoQ10, or any other supplement could be, it only works if it absorbs. Whether you're looking for a WLP1, magnesium, berberine, CoQ10, or dozens of other science-backed supplements, start taking supplements your body can actually absorb. Go to absorbmore.com and enter Meidas at checkout for up to 35% off your first order. That's absorbmore.com and enter Meidas at checkout for 35% off your first order.
Now, with all of these breaking news developments, what is Donald Trump doing right now? Well, Donald Trump just announced he will be sanctioning the ICC president Tomoko Akane with massive sanctions, freezing her U.S. assets because the Trump regime is now attacking the International Criminal Courts as part of a Trump regime effort to help Putin and to help Netanyahu and to protect Donald Trump as well. So yes, moments ago, with all of this taking place, the U.S. says we are sanctioning ICC President Tomoko Akane as part of the United States' desire to dismantle the ICC. The Colombian puppet regime that has now been installed into power there, which is a Trump proxy, they just pulled out as well of the ICC, and they announced their close relationships to Netanyahu at Donald Trump's behest. Just to remind you, a few weeks back at Camp David, Donald Trump said he needed to make sure the ICC was destroyed in order to protect Benjamin Netanyahu. Trump said it explicitly with Marco Rubio standing by his side. Here, play this clip.
In Parliament of The Hague. So we tried to get them to reform and listen to us. They wouldn't do it. They're very arrogant. We've now begun an effort to really try to bring that court to
Well,
heel.
there's no information that they're after me. It could happen. Just so you know, she's talking about it. I'm saying that means that maybe he's not trying to defend me. He is trying to defend BB and various other people. But there are many people that shouldn't be looked at that way. But there is no indication that I'm one of them at this moment.
Additional facts that we're now learning as well, I think relatedly on the international affairs front, we're learning that Donald Trump is now weighing a last-minute deal with Canada to avert 50% tariffs set to take effect at midnight. So the question is, will Donald Trump taco again there? The proposed agreement would have Canada ease retaliatory measures and make dairy concessions, while the U.S. could reduce some auto tariffs, although it's a leak to Politico, so we'll have to wait to hear more. French President Emmanuel Macron just said the following about European relations: have confidence in Europe, which is also the source of our independence, and which will allow us together to hold our ground in this dislocated world where international law is violated every day, where the logic of blocks is returning, and there too to preserve our independence and our freedom, of course referring to Donald Trump's destruction of the global order as it existed post-World War II. We're seeing that take place before our eyes. New York Times also reporting the following: Ukraine is increasingly using near real-time commercial satellite imagery to give frontline drone teams accurate information on Russian positions. Satellite images that once took days to reach soldiers can now arrive in 15 minutes to a few hours, letting drone teams quickly identify Russian troops, equipment, supply routes, and hidden positions. This has made strikes more precise and harder for Russia to evade, and has helped Ukraine target air defenses, electronic warfare systems, logistics, and positions in Crimea and other occupied territory. The broader trend is turning satellite intelligence into a frontline tool rather than something used only by senior commanders. But folks, Ukraine is also facing very dire situation. Of course, they don't have the interceptors to stop Russians' ballistics. According to all recent intelligence, Russia is expected to strike again in a massive attack on Kyiv this evening and they have been doing it essentially every day. But Russia has built up its ballistics. As you know, in the MeidasTouch network, we've also reported how Russia has built up additional drone ports and additional ballistic launching capabilities around its border, with the capabilities of striking NATO territories as well. I mean, they have those capabilities, but moving it closer. And many people are saying, and many experts are saying rather, that this winter without the interceptors will be very difficult for Zelensky and for Kyiv, given that they don't have an ability to stop the Russian ballistics, and Russia intends to target lots of infrastructure there. So that's something that we're going to be following as well every day. And it seems to be kind of a race for time, in the sense of Ukraine without its interceptors launching these massive strikes to try to create as much problems for Russia before the coming winter. Okay, we'll keep you posted every step of the way. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 7 million subscribers. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Before you go, our book, WTF America, is available for pre-order now. It's the story of how we got here and how we fight our way back. To pre-order, scan the QR code or click the link in the description. Let's do this.